So I filmed this vlog before we went on our trip to LA and Vegas and the Grand Canyon and San Diego, which we had a blast. But now that I'm editing it, I realize I don't really have a good intro or an outro, so there you have it. Since we came back, I also got this tattoo. We got matching tattoos, so I got my hubby's name William and he got Sarah with a little heart, and I wanted something very dainty and minimalistic, and I'm so happy about it. We just did this yesterday. And yeah, we had so much fun on our trip that we're already planning another trip to California. Just the energy, the vibes there, the people there, is such a positive, uplifting environment that we might even move there. I don't know, we'll see. We went to Santa Monica Pier, we went to Venice Beach, we took a drive up multiple days on the Pacific Coast Highway. We went to the Griffith Observatory and we watched really cool space documentaries in the planetarium. I got scolded for filming in there. So on the first day we went to Grand Canyon just to check it out. It was cool, but you know, we're not like gonna spend a whole day or two just hiking up and down and almost dying on the hiking trail. So we just went there, checked it out for like a couple hours, and that was good enough for us. The next day we went to Las Vegas. Honestly, there was nothing there. I mean, we don't really gamble, and we sleep early, we wake up early, and so I feel like to really enjoy Vegas, you would have to go and party and have a good time with a group of friends. And so I don't know, I think the worst time we had was in Vegas. The only cool thing about Vegas was the flyover, where it's like a ride that you go and it's as if you're flying over all kinds of different natural environments, like in the Antarctic and mountains. That was really beautiful. Definitely worth checking out, but outside of that, it wasn't really very fun. I wanted to try sativa weed because I really don't do well with indigo, with the most common type of weed, because I feel like it's a downer, and I do better with stimulants and uppers. And we went to the store and we got, for me, an uplifting weed strain. It didn't do anything. I don't think it was really sativa. So that was a bummer, but it's okay. I was having a great time. And yeah, that was a little recap of our trip. I even dropped 2 pounds without even trying, because I was doing fasting and trying to push my first meal of the day as much as possible. And so I ended up around 11 a.m. having eggs and sausages, basically whatever breakfast they had, which almost every single day was scrambled eggs or egg white frittatas with sausages or bacon. That was delicious, and I had a really large amount every single day, and honestly that was good enough for me for the rest of the day. I would have a little bit of macadamia nuts like 2 or 3 hours later if I felt like I needed a pick-me-up, and outside of that, that was pretty much my diet for the whole 9 days on our trip, and I ended up dropping 2 pounds without even trying. Like, that wasn't the goal. And I'd wake up every morning, I would work out first thing in the morning, have my coffee, and post a few content pieces before we'd leave the hotel to start the day. So yeah, very happy that we went on this trip. We can't wait to go back. And so what I filmed in this vlog is from a few weeks before our trip, when I was interviewing Sierra Martinez, who is somebody that you definitely need to check out. Also, on the trip, I was doing lots of Red Bull because I had just finished writing my supplement guide, Monster Mind the Supplements, and while doing the research, I stumbled on mind-blowing stuff regarding taurine. And so since we were away, I didn't want to order a bottle of taurine off of Amazon, and we didn't know which hotel we were gonna stay. Like, it was like every day we were planning a new area to explore in California. So when I got back, I ordered the taurine supplement from Now Foods. But on our trip, I was doing a lot of diet Red Bull or sugar-free Red Bull, and I definitely could feel a boost in my mental clarity, mental performance, and even performance in the gym. I even filmed a full video actually multiple videos on taurine. Check them out. I will make sure that I post them in the description box below. One of them is geared towards anti-aging, and the other one I believe is geared towards the mental health benefits of it. But I'm obsessed. I take 3 grams every day, and I make sure my hubby also takes 3 grams of taurine every day, mainly for anti-aging purposes. Also, I took nicotine, and instead of doing caffeine pills on our trip, I was doing regular coffee. But the nicotine lozenges were great, really helped me enjoy my trip. And I'm sure it also had something to do with allowing me to lose 2 pounds very easily. If you want to learn more information on all of my supplementation and what I take to maintain a high baseline dopamine level, and also for physical performance, mental performance, check out my guide, Monster Mind the Supplements. People are absolutely loving it, and it really complements the guide Dopamine Brain. It really complements my brain rehab protocol if you really want to raise your baseline dopamine levels in a way that feels a little bit effortless. And also if you really want to know what everybody else seems to be taking, because they'll drop a hint here and there about the supplements that they're taking, but nobody really tells you how much they're taking or all of the stack that they're taking. So I delve a little bit deeper into that in the Monster Mind supplement guide. Hey everybody, so I'm waiting on Ayana because we are going to do an interview today. People are loving them, so I was so proud of myself that I wasn't late today. I'm just happy that I'm not the only one who's always late. And then I'm going to interview Sierra Martinez. I've interviewed her twice before, and I just find her so fascinating with 3 kids and competing and winning competitions and looking like a beast, even though she has fat kid genetics and food addiction, anxiety, depression, you know, all the stuff that I can relate to. So, you know, if she can do it, anybody can. And that's why I like to always remind everybody that it is possible. Okay, Ayana is here now. Let's see. You can see her? Okay. See you later. So I finished the interview with Ayana, and now I'm going to make me some eggs and bacon. I have 90 minutes before I do another interview with Sierra Martinez, whom I've interviewed twice before. She's phenomenal. We're gonna talk about discipline, waking up early, supplements, all that kind of stuff to transform a physique and be able to maintain it. And since I have the makeup on, I'll probably add in like a couple of quick YouTube videos that I'll film right after I do that interview, and then get to work. The work really never stops. The more you create content on social media, the more people discover your content. That's, you know, just the more impact you're gonna have, the more income you're going to have. So it's very easy to burn out though at the same time, because it's very hard to take a day off because you can always do more, you know? I love my eggs sunny side up. Delicious. Also, I forgot to mention, this is what I use in order to cook my eggs. So I will use this, and I will take this little spatula. You can see still some leftover beef butter, which is really large, just beef fat, and just a very tiny bit, and I would just go over the pan, and that way I'm not using seed oils when I'm cooking my eggs. And then we've got the whole stash of carnivore bars. Use my code Dr. Sarah, gets you 10% off. My favorite is this one, the salted. This is really good too, the carnivore bar honey salted. But if you're trying to stay in ketosis, I'm not sure, I haven't tested it out to see if it kicks you out of ketosis or not. But if you go to the carnivorebar.com and you use my code Dr. Sarah, it'll give you 10% off your order. I know these are very popular because every time I plug them in, tons of sales happen, which I know they're doing really well in business. So that's good for them and me. Eggs and bacon. for my first meal of the day. And I used to put cheese, and so now what I do, I remove the cheese and instead I just dump all of the bacon fat on top, which this brand doesn't have a lot of fat, so but you can see like it's bathing in lard or pork fat. Absolutely delicious, and less hormonal disruption from the dairy, because when you're doing dairy, even if it's like the best quality dairy, at the end of the day it does have hormones in it. It does have insulin like growth factor, IGF-1, and so it really is, the whole purpose of dairy is to make things grow, and so also your fat cells are more primed to grow. So that's why I prefer to go as little dairy as possible, unless I want to be a little bit adventurous, then I might have it. But I don't look at dairy as this thing where it's a part of my normal meal plan. And that way, if you have a craving for something, if you're eating very low hedonic food, so no dairy, nothing, like too delicious, then when you do want to binge or crave something, you can be satisfied with things like dairy, you know, as opposed to if you're always having dairy, what's the next step from that? If you want to have a little bit of more fun on a day, then it'll go into carbohydrate territory or things that are worse off for you from an addictive point of view and also in just general health. Alrighty, so we just got off the phone with, well, the Zoom interview with Sierra Martinez, or Keto Goddess Mama. I have interviewed her twice before. I'm just so fascinated with everything she's doing. She is a competitor. She competes in physique bikini competitions, and she has 3 children, a full-time job, you know, coaching clients, and it's not every day that you find somebody who can do it all. And so it just goes to show you, it's all about habits. It's all about really wanting the thing. And we talk in the interview, like, how can you increase your desire for certain things, and how can you make yourself want something so bad? Because the more you want something, if there is a will, there is a way. Always. If somebody put a gun to your head and asked you to do something, you're far more likely to accomplish that thing than if it's just nice to do that thing. So what am I gonna do now? I'm drinking some coffee, and I'm going to, every time I have some makeup on and I'm dressed, what I mean by dressed is like just have a top on, but I'm in my slippers and house shorts. I always like film like 1 or 2 content pieces just to make sure I have enough content for YouTube. I'm focusing a lot more on YouTube lately because I've noticed that they're much more effective at changing people's thoughts, you know, as opposed to an Instagram picture where I talk about, oh, the benefits of raising your baseline dopamine, the benefits of rehabilitating your vagus nerve. That's all great, but it's different when you hear it. When there is a person talking to you about how critically important those things are. And so I'm trying to focus more on YouTube. That's like a shift in my strategy. So yeah, that wraps up the vlog. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of content. I'll film more vlogs. I need to get better at just whipping out the camera and filming. It definitely can be a little bit more enjoyable sometimes to watch vlogs as opposed to like cut and dry sciencey stuff, because the sciencey stuff is great and it's so much easier for me to film because I literally just stand here and I just go over the script. But the vlog can feel a little bit more personal, and sometimes I share a lot more about my life. So yeah, maybe I should make more of an effort to do that. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of content. Check out my coaching if you want to work with me one-on-one on DrZaldivar.com/coaching. And for the supplement guide and the dopamine brain guide and all the guides that I have, check them out on DrZaldivar.com/shop. Alrighty, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.